I asked a lot when I first had that idea in my head and that thought of like God's calling me, I think, to do this full time or whatever it happens to be. It was like, okay, how do I actually know that? So I was doing a lot of like research and I was asking people like, how do you know when God's called you to something and when it's just a passion of your own? And some people said, well, it being a passion and it being a burden on your heart can be part of how you know.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, so then how much of that is just me wanting to do it and how much of it is God calling me to it? And like when I told my wife, she was scared after I told her, and I was like wrestling with it. I had some times where I was praying and I was crying and I was like, why does this have to be hard? If I'm supposed to do this, why does it have to be such a painful thing and a wrestling with people and ideas? Because I tell some people, and like I told one person and they were like, well, like, you know, ministry is not for everybody. And like I know somebody who went into ministry and now they're not in ministry anymore, and they loved ministry, but they're not doing it. So how do you know that it's right for you? And I was like, but how do I know that my journey is the same as that person's journey? And it's like, who do you listen to? You take good and you take bad and you take everything in between and try and weigh it and see where you land, I guess, and just do your best for God and look to him in the middle of all of it, right? Put him
Yeah.
at the top.
Well, and it does depend on your background and your denominational background and how do you see calling and how do you see ministry and what is, but it all goes back to what we were talking about earlier, being part of the body. And so what is it that you are supposed to do in the body? What is it you're gifted to do? And how do you find access to be able to do that? I mean, if we stick with the body analogy, the hands are the ones who are going to do the writing, the typing, and or defend you or attack others. Like that's what they have some skill levels to be able to do. Well, the eye is going to spot things and the brain is going to analyze things. And they all have different roles. So I think we all are going to have those too. So I'm not looking to we mentioned some other people and there's, whether they're Christian streamers or not, that's like, oh, they're kind of big and you might want to pursue what they're doing or copy them. But there's a level at which like, yeah, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. That's not the role God has for me. So that being that aspect of the body wouldn't be my right place. And boy, it's sometimes hard to figure out where your right place is.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be patient as much as I can, but also not sit on my hands and not do anything. And that's another challenge of like, how much do I wait and when do I step out and go, right? It's like I've heard people say before, the saying like, when you pray to God, his answer is going to be like one of go, wait, or whatever, so it's like, where am I at right now with him?
Yeah. The thing I can say, and the thing is it doesn't happen until the decision has been made and then I'll have peace about it, but I can wrestle with it. Either it's yes or no for a long time. And as soon as I go, it's yes or it's no, and then I'll suddenly have peace and go, oh, I know this is right. The problem is I can't just go yes and then go, well, I didn't get peace, so now I got to change. It's like it doesn't seem to work that way. It's like I have to fully be committed to the answer, and then I get that piece of confirmation afterwards that, yes, this was indeed the right way to go. But you still have to do the wrestling with it. And I've never had, and maybe somebody else had the experience of like, I made the decision, I had no peace, so I changed my mind and had peace. I've not had that experience, but I imagine somebody could.